the grocery store. You know that we're all ears of corn now.
I said we're all ears of corn now. That's funny.
Yeah, we're on.
All right, guys, what's going on, man? You are live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show.
All
Hello.
right.
How you doing?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Sonny Vincent and Bobby Liebling from The Limit. Can you tell us what's going on in the world of The Limit right now, man?
Oh,
Things are limited.
Man. We're limited to being in a pandemic.
Fucking pandemic, man. How has this pandemic been for you guys so far?
Can't have as much fun as before, can we?
No crazy hotel parties.
But you guys made one hell of an album, man. Like, tell us about this record, man. How did it come together, and what got it started, and everything?
Go for it, man.
Yeah, okay. We recorded it before the pandemic hit. We recorded it in Portugal, and Bobby, I was up. I was like I was in a foreign land, and like I was at one of these kind of places where all the folks, you know, they're kind of free spirits, and they remove their clothes and just kind of frolic. And there was one old man that kept rubbing up against me, and I said, "Hey, man, I don't like that." And that was Bobby. You know?
That was Bobby.
That was Bobby. He's going, don't do that, please.
Me the moon.
So then I said, "Oh, you're a musician. Let's just make music instead of this." And he said, "Okay." And so then we just got our clothes on and recorded the album.
Holy shit, man.
Holy shit.
Although we did record it in Portugal before the pandemic hit, and but then it did hit, and we had to do the mixing remote, which was a tough task, but we did it because we had a great engineer, this Paulo Vieira guy from Portugal, really cool dude. But yeah, me and Bobby didn't really know each other. In fact, Bobby, myself, and Jimmy weren't really, that close before we decided to record.
At all, yeah. Really. I had known Jimmy. I had met Jimmy several times when I used to live up in Brooklyn, New York, and I didn't know Sonny at all. I just heard about him.
Yeah, and I don't know, someone played my music for Bobby, and what happened after that?
I went
and stuff after he heard my music, like he always does. And he called me, and we just were talking on the phone and goofing around like this, just got along. Like I said, wow, me and Bobby get along good. And then we decided to get serious, and we're going to make an album together. And it all worked out. We went to Portugal, and that was it was kind of like a nightmare, the whole Portugal experience, recording the album. The safe harbor was in the studio because we all did what we know how to do, and that went really cool. And we didn't really have a plan, we didn't like. A lot of people are kind of methodical, or but we weren't operating on that way. We didn't say like, okay, we're going to make an album. We'll do 40% punk, 40% hard, heavy rock, and sprinkle some flash on it. We just got together and did what we do, and we were hoping it would work out.
Yeah, it sounds really natural, man. Like, I mean, it all comes together with. I mean, the album just really sounds great from front to back. It's just it's perfect.
Thank you,
man. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah, I love it, man. Can you tell us a little bit about your history, man? Because I know you guys both and everybody in the band has a pretty long history, man. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Let's see. I've been playing music for over half a century professionally, and Sonny has also, and Jimmy actually has also, and the two young guys in the band, the two babes, are in their 40s. And we've been all playing, in bands for a long time. I've been in Pentagram for 50 years. Sonny was with Testors and many other bands, doing mostly solo stuff through the years. And Jimmy was, of course, in the Stooges between Funhouse and Raw Power album. And Hugo Conham and Juan Ventura are from Dawn Rider. They're an infamous Portuguese rock band. They play heavy hard rock. They're also in Clockwork Boys, another punk band from Portugal that are really dynamite.
Awesome. So,
yeah, and I started out. I started out playing gigs in New York, in like the very, very end of the 60s, like I'd say like 69, 70, one or two gigs and then more. But when I started playing, the whole scene in Greenwich Village was gone. It was like during the hippie scene, there were nightclubs up and down the streets in the village, and there was, the Electric Circus had Hendrix and
Steve Paulson.
And like by the time I was, ready to do my thing, all those places were mostly closed. And like we played the Electric Circus, which had later become the Dom when the Velvet Underground played there. And then after that, it turned back into the Circus. And when I played there, it was like this husk left over from the 60s. Like there was no scene. It was like for original bands, you had to already have an album out and have great promotion, and people have your album at home, and then you would do some gigs. So a new band back then was playing in this kind of strange, like David Lynch, empty industrial kind of backdrop. And, you'd play a show. I remember I played one show with the Dogs from Detroit and a group called Suicide, the duo. And there was like 20 people at the gig. So it was really a wasteland until CBGB's and Max's Kansas City opened up. And then things got really amped up and vitalized. It was like,
I think the Fillmore was closed already too, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. And plus the groups that did play the places like the Fillmore and the Academy of Music and stuff they were just established groups. So like for a new group to play, it was kind of difficult until, CBGB's and Max's opened up, and then it went wild.
Hell yeah, man. You mentioned David Lynch, dude, and that, I mean, when I seen the album cover, that's what I think. Can you tell us about the album cover? Like how did you guys get that done, and is there a story behind it?
I love the album cover. I'm really happy with the album cover.
Yeah,
it's really 3D looking.
Yeah, our friend Pellet was helping out with sending me links to different artists and stuff, and I wound up narrowing it down to a couple of things, which then I sent to Bobby to get his green light. And both Bobby and I, we kind of connect to music that's desperate. We always like it, if we hear a new band and if they've got this kind of hunger and this desperateness about them, it's very attractive to us. And a lot of the music that we connect to, has that kind of hungry desperateness. There's other stuff that's fun and joyful, but we did connect on that. So we felt like there was a element of that in the album cover.
Man, I totally hear that in this record. Like, it sounds like a hungry young band. Like, it doesn't sound like it's I mean, a lot of times when bands that have been around for a long time and they put something out new, I don't know, it doesn't sound like this, man. Like, this sounds like it's fresh. It's really cool, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think the record company said, super group, but I think that both Bobby and I have been living, our artistic lives kind of under the radar. So we've always, kind of like, thinking, wow, I have something to say, and so we have this kind of attitude.
Yeah, we had a despair through our career too, really wanting to get up in the plateau and stuff like that and get heard, a lot more. And we had difficulty, through the years and stuff like that. So, it gave more of a desperate feel from the beginning, and belligerence too. We like that street attitude.
Yeah. So part of the thing is that, like, even though you're desperate, you are kind of sticking to your guns, like, like you keep this bedrock, this kind of this integrity in the groove of the song and the feel of the song, where as some people get desperate and they start writing real candy ass shit, thinking, oh, I can get very popular this way. You know what I'm saying? But
we stuck to our guns, definitely. I mean, that's what the song Caveman Logic is about. It's about staying in the niche.
Yeah. So we'd rather, fucking die than fucking, give in to going la, 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 and, doing all that kind of commercial sellout stuff.
Hell yeah, man. Well, speaking of sticking to your guns, man, let's go all the way back to the beginning. What got you guys into making music in the very beginning?
I started playing music professionally when I was 11 on stage 3 nights a week. And
I was playing in Vegas when I was 3, dude. Jesus. What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, man. When I was 18 months, my folks stood me on a jukebox and I sang Tennessee Ernie Ford. That's the truth. That is the truth. Yeah, my parents used to stand me up in a delicatessen where they used to eat, and they used to stand me up on the jukebox, and I knew the words to the songs at 18 months already. And I could sing the songs for people, and they started, putting more money in the jukebox for me. They said, "Look at this little baby up there," And so it was kind of inbred. My mother was a professional cocktail lounge singer, and she toured with the USO with Bob Hope in the Korean War, right? When I was born, and I started playing when I was about 11 and a half, and to show the despair, my first band was called The Shades of Darkness. So if that gives any idea, it's kind of like I was into all of the, I was into the Mersey beat sound, of course, the Beatles, the Dave Clark Five, the Stones, bands like that. But I was also into the American answer to that, which we now call garage, which is really, to me, the beginnings of punk. Mm-hmm. It had that gritty feeling, and that it had that street, that feeling to it, downer. And I started playing 3 nights a week, and by the time I was 14, I was playing 4 nights a week, and I started skipping school, and I was playing a very, very long time. We used to play at the army posts and church dances and fire halls and places like that, at dances and stuff. So, I don't really know where Sonny started his stuff, I guess, with Fury.
Yeah, I was starting early too. I picked up a guitar and I wrote a song on it, and all the kids in the neighborhood learned that one song. Actually, if you go to their house today, they can also pick up a guitar and play that one song on one string on that. But both of us started quite early, and we just carried on, just writing and recording and stuff through our lives.
Hell yeah, man. I gotta ask you, man. I know. Well, for Bobby, man, with Pentagram, dude, you guys definitely influenced a huge amount of subgenre that's very popular now today, with doom metal and stoner rock and stuff like that. How does that feel? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever look back?
It's very, very pleasing to me. It's it makes me feel good inside that I was able to influence a lot of people. I'm not into doom metal myself, in quotes, as such. A lot of people say Pentagram is doom metal. I consider it just heavy, hard rock. Mm-hmm. But it had that downtrodden thing to it, and it's real flattering, man. Of course, it's a hell of a compliment to know that you influence, thousands of people and stuff like that. And of course, there's hundreds of bands that recorded our songs and covered them and stuff like that, And it's really good feeling, Of course, it's gratifying,
Hell yeah. All right, I got some questions for you guys coming in from the listeners. Leviathan wants to know, how stoned are you guys right now?
Stoned as your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer.
And hopping around on one leg.
Hopping around on
dancing
one leg.
With a chair in the corner.
Doing the bunny hop.
Next question. Secret Weapon wants to know, who spent the most time in jail in the band?
Oh, that's I don't know. Now that I was just going to say me, but then I said I don't know.
No, I got 2 years for one joint, so I think I weigh in on that one.
Yeah. Sonny probably spent more time. I don't know. I might have spent more collective time altogether, but he had more consecutive running.
Hell yeah. Next question. Lady Red wants to know, what do you guys prefer, bubble baths or showers?
I like lighter fluid myself.
Lighter fluid.
I like dry ice because it
Dry ice
sticks
and lighter
really
fluid.
good. It takes your skin off. You know.
Fuck.
Depends on the mood. You know, sometimes a bubble bath will be relaxing. Sometimes you're in a hurry. You know, shower.
It's usually the shower that takes precedence because you don't have time for the bubble bath, right?
I mean, you can fit more people into the bubble bath.
That's
probably.
true. That is an asset to the bubble bath, you know. So.
Hell yeah. Let me
Thank
see.
you, Lady Red.
There you go, Lady Red. Miss Moonshine wants you to know that she fucking loves you.
We love her too.
We are fucking complete hippies and are loving back.
Hell yeah. Another question, Secret Weapon wants to know, who drinks all the beer?
Not me.
We don't really drink all the beer. We leave some for Jimmy.
That's true. Yeah, we leave Jimmy a couple of bottles, usually.
Yeah. I think
we
it's
only drink a couple of the cases between the two of us. And
yeah, we got to leave some for Jimmy.
Right on. Next question. Viogez wants to know, have you ever put your dick in the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, like only for your mama. Like I just,
it felt natural, right?
Have to be honest here.
It felt familiar, huh?
No, I mean, I don't want to disrespect anybody's mom, but, also I don't want to disrespect mashed potatoes. So I'm just kind of a fair and balanced person,
There you go.
Yeah, mashed potatoes is pretty good, man. I don't know if I do that.
We should not, take it for granted and start using it as a sexual aphrodisiac.
Next question. Paula wants to know, what do you think about nude beaches?
I love them. We just don't have any here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe in Cali. Yeah, in California. I don't know. They're fine with me. You can see all my scars from all of my escapades where I got caught in the syringe world.
I like them, long as Bobby's not coming at me on one of them.
Next question. Carl wants to know, who gets the most panties tossed at him on stage?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. He gets a lot of guys' underwear thrown up at him.
Guys' underwear?
We're just picking on Jimmy. No, I don't know.
Poor Jimmy.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah. Leviathan. Next question. Leviathan wants to know, sausage or tuna?
If the tuna's clean, then
Leviathan,
Zero.
I think you ought to just kind of maybe go to church or something Sunday and just get this thing straightened out.
Yeah, you got a couple of issues, it seems like, huh?
Yeah.
You guys got some strange questions, man.
Yeah.
Next question. Have you guys ever accidentally burned down a venue when playing?
Unfortunately, I was doing something very stupid in CBGB's once, and I lit a bar stool on stage, and the plastic part of it, and it caught onto a poster, and luckily the sprinkling system in the club turned on, and the board got all wet, and the people got wet.
Are you serious?
I was 86th from the club for a little while, but that's just dumbass shit,
Yeah, I've never had that one.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Ashley wants to know any crazy backstage experiences.
Tons.
Yeah,
lots of.
Just a few. Yeah, there've been quite a few. A lot.
What's one that sticks out in your mind?
Plenty of them. There's not any particular one. There's been. I mean, I really don't want to, get this too. I mean, like I have to live by my own words. What I just said to Leviathan. Shit went down in Backstage is that you don't want the kids to hear about it.
Backstage is kind of like your dirty laundry.
Yeah. You don't want the kids to hear about it. You don't want the horses to hear about it. It's just, happens.
Yeah. Sometimes the sheep can hear about it, right?
Next question. Next question. Lady Red wants to know, what do you guys wear, boxer briefs or nothing when you're playing on stage?
In my case, nothing.
No, nothing underneath what I'm showing. Sort of. Whatever.
There you go.
I don't know how the fuck to answer that. I like boxer briefs, but I don't wear them on stage. I don't wear anything under my outfit. My attire. Stage guard, baby.
Well, I was a runaway kid on my own since I'm 13, so that was when you're on the streets and you're navigating around, that was kind of a luxury. So I go just with the pants.
There you go, man. Next question: blondes, brunettes, or redheads?
All of them.
Bald, please.
Hell yeah. Good answer.
Love them all.
You got to, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Bald with a real bad attitude carrying an axe. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go. Next question. Any favorite horror movies?
Wow. I like classic horror movies, actually. For real. And, I like the original Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, of course, stuff like that. I was into the 80s gore thing when it first happened. Late 70s, 80s stuff. The Jason, the Freddy. Freddy scared the shit out of me the first time I saw Freddy. I mean, that was horrifying. It was. But I like a lot of old movies. I like the movie White Zombie a whole lot. A lot of the 30s, the classic horror movies. They have a creepy atmosphere about them. Just have that. Now they really look seedy.
I like Eraserhead and Nosferatu. But one time when I was a kid, they used to drop off kids in New York to the movie theater on the weekend, and kids would sit in there and see like a bunch of features, for kids, Disney stuff and whatnot. And the guy, either it was a joke or a mistake, but the whole theater full of kids without any adults, because you just got dropped off. And suddenly on the screen, the text came up and it said, "Whatever happened to Baby Jane?" And we're looking at that. And I think all those kids in the audience went on to form like bands, because like they had to get it out of their system because it was very shocking.
That was a great movie. That was fantastic. Whatever happened to Baby Jane? When I first saw that was really, it was shocking. Yeah, it was great.
I was like 5 or 6 years old, and like it was really shocking for kids. So I feel sorry for the rest of the kids. They're probably mostly in jail or something by now. It's, scarred for life.
Hell yeah. Next question, Paula wants to know, she says, you guys all have different styles. What made you want to come together and mesh your sounds?
Well, I was talking to Bobby, and he was introduced to my music by a mutual friend. This friend had been driving a tour bus for me, and he'd known Bobby for a while. Bobby heard my stuff, and then Bobby called me, and we were just talking and having a good time on the phone. I'd never heard Pentagram, and Bobby sent me some stuff, and I listened to it, and some of the earlier Pentagram reminded me slightly of the kind of vibe from Blue Cheer, and I really like Blue Cheer a lot. And so, and we just started talking, and I liked Bobby's voice, and I knew he could write cool lyrics, and it just kind of evolved. We decided to record together and see what happened. And we knew it probably would come out okay, especially with Jimmy on bass and stuff like that. So, we were from different styles, but then again, at first when I wrote some riffs and I told Hugo to go in the studio and record them more in a doom style. And I told that to Bobby. He goes, no, I want to make an album with, with a kick-ass attitude,
attitude, street attitude, belligerence,
So we just kind of took the riffs as they were and just kind of, just added Bobby wrote the lyrics. I think we wrote about 9 songs, and Hugo wrote a couple songs, and we just got together and did it. We had a feeling it might come out cool.
Hell yeah. Well, it definitely.
Yeah, Sonny and I always got along on the phone. I mean, we had fun. We were like Sonny's mentioned in a few past articles and reviews and interviews and stuff. We kind of, if we were in school early, like in elementary school or junior high school, we would have been the 2 kids who got thrown out of class all the time for fucking around, and having fun.
Oh yeah. Next question, Miss Moonshine wants to know, what's your favorite band of all time and why?
Oh my God, that is a hard question, isn't it? It's like depends on what day of the week,
Yeah. I all the Pentagram albums at the end of them say, and of course Blue Cheer in the thank yous. Blue Cheer were a huge influence to me when I first heard that, because of the bombastic volume assault, and the wild ambulance guitar, I call it. The constant feedback and stuff like that. Blue Cheer were one of my favorite bands. And also I was influenced real heavily by the 60s, mid-60s band, the Bonnewell Music Machine. They had a hit with Talk Talk and The People in Me. And the Music Machine were like the most downtrodden band. Sean Bonnewell was a kind of troubled soul always. He became later a born-again Christian. And he wrote a lot of stuff that was really bummed out and full of despair, like he just couldn't get it, and he was desperate in a way. So Music Machine and Blue Cheer were 2 of my biggest influences. I love Stray and the Groundhogs also very, very much.
Yeah, and, I like everything from like Howlin' Wolf to Fairport Convention. Just a lot of different things, One thing I did an interview and someone said at the end of the interview, do you have anything you want to admit? And I said, well, I like the Monkees, and but I loved Led Zeppelin's first album, the Velvet Underground. I mean, I didn't hear the Velvet Underground until way later. I had played, my own gigs and stuff, and someone did a review of one of my songs and mentioned them, so I listened to them, and but. Yeah, it's really soul music from the 60s, just,
I love heavy sound stuff, and I love the blues, man. I mean, it all comes from the blues to me, basically. Yeah,
that's one of the things that, when we were talking on the phone, we kind of had in common, like, oh, what do you think of the Kinks? Love them, what do you think of this and that? Love it, so it's really hard to narrow it down to the most favorite group, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I love my favorite album of all time is Raw Power. Okay, that's my favorite album, hands down. There's no question about it. Raw Power is it to me.
Great album. Yep.
Hell yeah. Next question, who came up with the band name and what does it mean to you guys?
That was Bobby. We were tossing around band names back and forth, and I was getting lists from everybody, and it was starting to get really depressing. Not to the point of suicide, but like telephone booth massage artists, and just all crazy stuff. Ice cream thievery, and it was really hard to come up with a name. And Bobby had one in his hip pocket. You can tell about that, Bobby.
Yeah, I wanted to call a band. There's another band that was named that, but years ago, kind of a very commercialized band. But I had to name The Limit, and I was going to form a band in around 2015 with a couple other people I know. A guy, Scott Weinrich from The Obsessed, and Sarah Abrams, Amott, Claudius, a.k.a. and we were going to form a band, and I said, let's call it The Limit. And I kept the name kind of really low key when we didn't do that, and just kept it and said, well, someday I want a band called The Limit, because that kind of extends it all the way to the limit, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, so you almost did it. You almost had a band with Wino.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Wino and I have known each other for 40 plus years. We used to play gigs when we were called Death Row, in the Death Row era of Pentagram. We used to play a lot of gigs with The Obsessed in the very early days. The Obsessed, Hellion, and Asylum, who became Unorthodox. And, we played a lot of places together. So I've known him a long, long time. You know, and Sarah's been a dear friend also for 15, 20 years now, you know. So.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man! Wino's a cool dude, man. I've had him on the show before, man. He was definitely cool.
Yeah, Scott's a buddy.
Next question: have you guys ever played in Canada, or do you plan to?
That's the one country that wouldn't let me in.
I played Canada many times. I played there a lot of times, and I love it. But The Limit has never played there. But I played there with my different lineups and stuff. Yeah.
So what's coming up next for you guys with The Limit, man? Do you guys have any plans for the future?
Yeah, tentative, yeah.
Yeah, we've got offers for shows, but we just got to wait till, this whole pandemic thing kind of, subsides, and then we can, get energized and kick it.
Yeah, when things kind of subside, and simmer down a little bit, we'll get going, and do some things like that. I'm sure Sonny's going to pursue his career as he's always done, and I'm going to pursue my other things as I've always done. But we definitely want to do things with The Limit, and we definitely also already talked about doing a second album. We definitely want to do that. That's earmarked.
Nice. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Like musically wise, like what are you guys doing as far as coming up? Like, are you gonna? So there's going to be new Pentagram, new Testors, and new Limit coming out at some point.
Yeah, I'm working on some Tester stuff, but that's kind of it's a little bit on the back burner right now. I got a solo thing coming out at some point. Bobby's got different Pentagram releases coming out, but I was thinking of like getting in a black death metal band playing tambourine, because I can really put some fire behind
it. You can wail on that tambourine, man. Sonny,
I got a lightning bolt, like kind of screen pressed onto the tambourine, but that didn't work out. Nobody wanted me, so I guess I'll just keep doing my normal stuff.
Yeah. If you've ever seen the picture of me online playing the tuba, that's always been my aspiration.
Bobby's badass on the tuba.
Yeah, I'm badass on that. Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, we are going to do what we usually do with our stuff, our music. But The Limit has gained like a very special place for us. It's very precious to us, and we're totally behind it, and we'll continue to make albums with The Limit.
Hell yeah. Another question, Blackie wants to know, did you guys ever know Gigi Allen?
I didn't know him. I knew Merle, not well, but I don't know if Sonny did. He might have.
I met him a couple times. I mean, it was, some of it was like crazy, in Minneapolis. He did a gig, and I wasn't at the gig, but I was connected to the whole bunch of them after the gig, and we were at a house, and apparently Gigi had like cut open his leg with a hunting knife, but not just like really deep, the skin and into the muscle. And at the party, he was sewing it up with dental floss. It was just really
Yeah, Gigi was a bit troubled.
I can't imagine him in today's world, man, with the way that things are nowadays, man. Like, I don't think he would last very long, I
don't think so, but R.I.P. anyway, he was an innovator, let's put it that way, somewhat, I guess.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. All right, well, I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Well, they can just enjoy the music, and we had a great time making it, and just hang tight. Hang tight.
Yeah, we hope to get more when this COVID shit is over with, or pipes down a bit more. So we hope they'll keep listening, and thank them very much. We want to thank them for all their kind appreciation and the respect they've given us, the articles that have come out. I can't believe the reviews and stuff like that. So thank you guys all out there. We love you. And
this has been a really cool reception, and we do want to thank everybody.
Yeah, gonna take it to the limit.
Hell yeah, man. Well, before I let you guys go, I got to get you to make us some station tags, all right?
Sure.
All right, whenever you're ready, each one of you say something like Bobby, say, "This is Bobby from Pentagram and the Limit, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Okie dokie. Hi, this is Bobby Liebling. I'm from Pentagram and the Limit, and you're listening to Zach Moonshine on Metal Devastation Radio.
Oh, yeah.
This is Sonny Vincent from the Limit, and badass black death metal tambourine that I play in a ferocious manner. And I just want to say thank you.
I love it, man. You guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play some more of the Limit for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hey, thank you.
Enjoy it. Yep.
All right.
Thank you for the invite. Bye.
We'll talk to you later. Cheers.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it, folks. The Limit live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them wherever the fuck you can, man. If you're sitting in your basement, tape your fucking speakers to your fucking ceiling and crank this shit up, motherfucker. Make everybody... If you don't see fucking U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you ain't cranking it up fucking loud enough, man. I'm serious. Crank it up.